Hello YouTube friends and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Deidre from Our Upcycled Life and I do lots of thrifting, upcycling, repurposing, and DIY content. And today's video is right full of fall home decor. I've upcycled a bunch of projects and I'm excited to share them with you because there's lots of inspiration here. So let's get making some fall decor. First project, I picked up this votive holder and it had some writing on it, but it was really in good shape and sturdy and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. It was $3.99, but I found it on the 75% off table, so it was a fantastic deal. Cleaned it all up, I painted it with some black chalk paint, let it dry completely, and then I went in and I painted it all with 2 coats of orange. Once the orange was dry, I took an 80 grit piece of sandpaper and I sanded all around the edges just to bring out that black paint from underneath and just give it that rustic feel. I always see these at the thrift store, so they're really easy to find, and when you see what I turn this into, you'll be looking for these the next time you head out to the thrift store. Now I'm going to put some jack-o'-lantern faces on this. I have this graphic in my Etsy store. It's 4 different jack-o'-lantern images. I'll put a link down below in the description and you can pick it up if you want to do this project after. I'm using my Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer method. I've printed this off on my LaserJet printer on regular computer paper, let it sit overnight, and now I'm just dampening it with a damp rag and water and then rubbing off all the paper, and we're going to be left with really cute faces on each side of this votive holder. If you haven't experimented with this graphic transfer method, you need to give it a try because the projects that you can make with it are unbelievable. And there we have a really cute fall theme votive holder. This is a super easy DIY. I just picked up a frame at Value Village. I think it was a couple dollars, maybe $2.99. It was just a plain wood frame with a glass, and I painted it with my homemade chalk paint, distressed it, printed off a quote that I made just on plain computer paper and put it into the picture frame. And I think that'll look really cute in with my fall home decor. Next fall decor project, I am mixing up a batch of homemade sand paint. I love using sand paint. It creates really fun texture on your projects. It gives it kind of a stone cement look. This was just a glass bowl that I picked up at the thrift store for a couple dollars, and it's going to turn out perfect. I have a full tutorial on my channel on how to make sand paint. I'll put the link down below in the description. If you've never made it before, you can go back, watch that video, and get the recipe. I'm going to put 1 full coat over the entire bowl, and you can already see the texture starting. Now when I put on the second and the third coat, I like to dab it on. I find it just creates even more texture. And now we've got those 3 coats on, we're going to set it aside and let it dry completely. I haven't painted the inside of the bowl because we're going to put decor in it. So you can see the possibility of so many different projects that you can do with this sand paint, and especially in fall decor, you can do orange and you can do greens and yellows on vases and bowls and plates. Now I'm taking this outside after it's completely dry and I'm going to seal it up with a polyurethane spray. I glued it on top of a black candle pillar holder that I had, pulled it all together, filled it up with some fall themed decor. It's going to look perfect on my table. So make sure you try out the sand paint recipe and give this technique a try. If you follow my channel already, you know that I make all kinds of wooden signs on scrap wood with the Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer. So I made quite a few signs this week. These are graphics that I made, Wicked Without Coffee. All of my graphics are available in my Etsy store, but make sure you use the code SAVE50 and you'll get 50% off all of the graphics. And you can pick them up and you can make these projects yourself. Another one that I've made, and these are just on scrap pieces of 2x4 lumber. I've painted them with the black chalk paint, my homemade black chalk paint, and then some white chalk paint, distressed it, and then added my graphics to it. Happy harvest! Another really easy fall decor DIY is to custom make your own candles. I picked this pillar candle up at the dollar store along with the napkins, and we're going to put the napkin onto that pillar candle. We want to only work with 1 ply of the napkin. And then once we have it separated, we're going to cut it to size to fit all the way around the candle. And this is another DIY that you can see how versatile it is, and you can do it for all the different seasons. Now you're going to need some wax paper. You want to rip off a piece that's a little bit bigger than the pillar candle And you want to lay the wax paper down with the wax side facing the candle. We're going to put the napkin all the way around the candle, and then we're going to take the wax paper and we're going to bunch it around that candle and hold it really steady in place. And again, make sure you have that wax side facing in towards the candle. Scrunch it all up so you can hang on to it tight. I like to use a tea towel because it does get a little bit warm because we're going to use our hair dryer and you don't want to burn your hand. So that just helps out a little bit. Now put your hair dryer on the highest setting and the hottest setting, and just to start melting that wax paper into that napkin and candle, and it's going to bond that napkin right into it. Now be careful because it's going to be a little bit warm, but you'll know that it's all done when the napkin goes transparent. Peel off the wax paper and you've made a custom candle that looks just gorgeous in the middle of your table for the fall season. I never throw out any glass jars. I save them all. They make amazing little vases or home decor pieces, and I paint them with my homemade chalk paint and then put the Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer method on the front of them with all kinds of different graphics. I have a tutorial on how to paint glass properly. I'll put a link above, right up here, and down in the description. Check that out, because if you use this method, you won't have any peeling or chipping of the paint off of the glass. And I've made these Hello Fall. You can put a nice little sprig of fall decor artificial flowers in them, or you can fill them up with goodies and give them as a gift for fall. And I've made a couple others. I've just tied a little bit of yarn in some fall theme and some twine to make them look really pretty. Okay, and I think I saved the best for the last. These little pumpkins were just made out of a deck post that I found in the dump in the wood pile. So easy to create too. I just cut them down in random different sizes, painted them black, and then painted them orange just with the chalk paint. I drilled a hole in the top, and I just got a twig, old twig from my yard, drilled a hole in the top, put the twig in with some wood glue, let it dry overnight, and then I just added some sprigs of ribbon and twine to accent the top. And how stinking cute are these? And I've made a whole bunch of them, all in different sizes. I love them. And these are actually one of my best sellers at Halloween too. I can't make enough of these. And you can make them in any kind of block wood size. It doesn't have to be a deck post. This is just something that I found, and I knew it would work perfect for this project. I hope you've enjoyed all of today's fall decor upcycles, and I'd love to know down in the comments which one was your favorite. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you love this video, I'm sure you're going to love either of these next two. Take care.